This week on the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast, Jaimen and Jasan are running late with coursework, Randy has laundry to finish, and Corey has to call his grandma. So you get to hear a couple of my complaints. And that's why we do chapters, ladies and gentlemen. You can just skip right over it. Jaimen shows off his prognostication skills as we recap the Warwick Disc Golf Championships.
I'm going to beat Kyle Hirsch by at least one.
We also go over the last week in disc golf. Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Week. He won Cranmore Dubs League. He won the Glen Falls Tag Round. And he won CTK Singles League. We spilled the tea in a survey.
Some people also are very caring and will go out of their way to make sure your kids are having a good time or help take care of them. Thank you, Mark Ryan.
Did I mention I'm proud of him? And finish it off with a round of disc or no disc. Also,
the premiere is the premiere of the Red Tees at CTK, August 11th.
Stonykill Scramble still has some spots open. Saturday, August 31st is singles. Sunday, September 1st is doubles.
welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we got Jasan, Alex, Corey, Randy, and Jaimen should be here shortly. Slacking off with coursework and shit. Same as you, Jasan, right? Isn't that what you were doing today?
Yeah, a couple of slackers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what's more important, talking about disc golf or doing something to advance the sport?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer that.
It is debatable, though.
So we've got 9 topics. I figure the biggest topics are going to be Warwick. Well, that's probably going to be the biggest topic. Last week in disc golf is usually pretty big. But I have a few on here that are just quick hits. Kind of like the ace place kind of thing, but
Sure.
just to fill up 9, because I figure we'll spend most of our time talking about Warwick and a few other things. So, Jasan, what hole would you like to begin with? But it can't be hole 1.
And there's 9 holes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if hole 1 is closed, I'm just going to go to hole 2.
All right. This is just a quick question, and I don't know if any of you will even be ready for it. How many unique courses have you played?
I have no idea. I probably I have to go through UDisc or something. I don't track them in UDisc, so I really don't know.
Throw a number out there. Do you think you've hit 100 yet?
I don't think I've hit 100. I'd say maybe half that.
So 50?
That would be my ballpark.
Okay.
I'm going to take that back because I have 50 on UDisc already.
Oh, and you've been playing since before UDisc. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to bump that up to maybe 75, 80.
Okay. What do you got, Alex? Do you have a number or an approximation?
Yeah, so I'm thinking probably 10 courses from Team Challenge, another 10 from New York Team Challenge. Yeah, it probably less than 50, but not by a ton.
If you played Heiser, it would probably be 50.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You got a number, Corey? I bet you got a number.
I
just
100%
guessing.
have a number. Yeah. I mean, UDisc tells me 65 courses. I would say that's probably pretty accurate. I don't know that I've played courses and didn't record a round on UDisc since having UDisc. But yeah, 65 courses across 8 states.
Think that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, I'd say so. I really like scoring my rounds, if for no other reason than so when someone asks me how many courses have I played, I can actually give them a decent number. And I just like to have that statistical recollection. But yeah, I've played in Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York. Oh, New Jersey. I forgot about Campga. So I guess that's 9 states. And then, and I played in South Carolina, so 10 states. So I guess there is one that is not on UDisc, and that's that Sacasty Park down in Myrtle Beach area, but North Carolina and Florida.
Nice. So 66 courses.
Yep. I would say 65 to 70 courses across 10 states.
Randy, how many unique courses have you played?
So UDisc has me at 74, which I think is pretty accurate. I definitely remember when I started using UDisc more seriously, I sat down and went back and marked off the courses I had played previously. I think you can literally just check a course as played. You don't have to actually score around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty dang accurate. Maybe 1 or 2 extra that weren't real courses or something like that. But yeah, I added 2 more just this weekend, so pretty good.
All right. I'm probably not even at 50 if I had to guess, but I don't really keep track. All right. Corey, what hole? 1's out of the question. 3 through 9.
Since I just turned 33, I'll pick a 3.
All right. This is a good one while we wait on Jaimen. There's a couple on here. I haven't had a good rant in a while, so I wanted to complain about something.
Sure.
So hole 3, I thought about checking out Warwick this weekend, but I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine instead. And I'm not going to spoil anything about the movie, but I do have some comments for movie theaters if they want to get people to keep going. The start time was at 3:40, and we got there at 3:40. Figuring, watch previews, watched 15 solid minutes of commercials.
Oof.
Including, and this is the thing, I don't, if you're going to throw commercials at me, don't give me that 3-year-old M&M commercial with the kid with the tattoos on his face that's in the botany. Does anybody know that commercial?
Not off the top of my head.
Resting dad face?
I think I've heard that one.
It's got to be at least 3 years old. I probably watch a lot more TV than you guys do, but...
You said Eminem. I searched like Eminem the rapper. I see, that commercial is 2 years old.
Do you find that commercial?
Yeah, when I Googled Eminem commercial resting dad face.
And how old was it?
It says 2022.
Okay, so 2 years old. Okay, I was close. But basically what I'm saying is it's 15 minutes of commercials and then another 15 minutes of previews, which the previews are fine. I went in expecting to see some previews, but 30 minutes of advertising, you could watch TV all day just sitting and vegging and you're barely going to hit that number. But to make me watch 30 minutes of commercials, you know what I mean? Like, I traveled there. I spent a lot of money on the tickets, a lot of money on soda and popcorn. If you want people to keep going, forget about needing to up the quality of the movies. 30 minutes that's just not cool.
Yeah, I feel like start time should be start time.
Like I said, previews, that's cool. I get it because, sometimes that's fun. You want to see something. Now, mind you, I don't really have much interest in seeing a Lego Pharrell movie, but, a documentary made in Legos. But
yeah, I feel like so if say the start time's at 4 o'clock, if you get there at 4 o'clock, you already risk not getting the best seat and maybe getting in a little late. And if they started at 4, you might miss some. So you get there early, which is the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see some previews because you're there early. But yeah, and then, that just adds to how, especially with movies getting kind of longer on average, turn into about a 4-hour fucking night.
Well, like Jason, you said the only time you're going to a movie theater is if Christopher Nolan's directing, and he ain't directed anything under 3 hours, right?
Yeah, they get longer and longer.
Yeah. So, you're looking at 4 hours right there, not including travel time and anything else. It's ridiculous.
So that movie's like really successful, right? Because
Uh-huh.
I saw this post. We have a few drive-in theaters near us, and the Highway Drive-In on 9W in Coxsackie said that they had, I think, over 700 cars this past weekend. And they have like a video of cars like lined up down 9W, like down the highway. And then the comments were people like, yeah, I didn't realize it's going to be such a backup. And I didn't get in until like the movie. There was like half an hour already into the movie. And I came back the next day to watch it.
That's where my wife was pretty clever with this. We went middle afternoon Sunday and we went to Fishkill. It was the only one for the day that was in closed captioning. Because one of my biggest complaints is if you're watching a comedy and somebody laughs, you miss the next line. Yeah, so with closed captioning, I was like, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. So because it was middle of the afternoon and because it was a closed caption movie, it was pretty empty. So we got very fortunate in that regard.
You just discovered the strat, because I'm also someone that isn't bothered by subtitles. Like, I can either read them or not read them, and sometimes it's nice to read them when you can't hear or understand what's going on. So that might be my new strat, is just go to the early movies that have subtitles.
Mm-hmm. We were gonna go Saturday, but it was like they were all full, so ended up going Sunday. It worked out. Probably the only time I'll go this year, because that's the other thing. It's like, if you're gonna have me do that, like, had I known, I probably would have showed up 20 minutes later, but I'd be paranoid. I'm super paranoid about that kind of thing. But you're already gouging on everything else. You know what I mean? Because when I was growing up, they had like dollar theaters that were successful. So you don't need to charge all this for popcorn and shit to make profit. And then to throw in 30 minutes of commercials. I understand that's they're thinking like, oh, we got to make money any way we can, but it gets ridiculous at a point. There's got to be a tipping point.
You think they would make more money by showing more movies, and if they're wasting a half an hour per freaking movie across the whole day, I feel like you get another time slot in there if you could tighten that up a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got nothing wrong against Maria Menounos, but, there's only so much of her I could watch before the movie starts.
I bet it all depends on how much the advertisers are paying them, because probably getting paid more than they're getting in ticket sales.
That's a good point. I didn't think about those scummy advertiser dollars.
But one of the commercials I saw was for, hey, if you want to advertise in movies. So they're wasting my time with a billboard, basically. Mm-hmm. A billboard advertising, hey, advertise here. And like I said, a 2-year-old M&M commercial. There's definitely ways that they could fix it and then worry about the quality of the movies, because it just reminded me how much of a pain in the ass going to the movies. That was it. Like I said, I just needed to vent about movies this weekend. You haven't seen it yet, have you, Corey?
No, one of my buddies asked if we wanted to go, and I was busy, but I do kind of want to catch it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, but I suppose the longer I wait, the better, other than potentially being exposed to spoilers, which I don't really care about. But
yeah,
I mean, I never want to see a movie when it first comes out because exactly what Jason was saying. And actually, I forget that there's a drive-thru not too far from me, and I haven't been to a drive-thru in I feel like 15
drive-in
years. Yeah, I've been to drive-thrus. I have not been to a drive-in in a long.
Do you remember the last movie you saw in a drive-in?
Oh shit! I don't remember the movie I was going to see, but I remember what happened on the way to go see the movie. I was driving a 1997 Buick Skylark that I got for like $700, and going down the highway, the exhaust fell off, like rusted off, like in the middle of the car. So I was trying to like rip it out so I could keep driving, and in the process of, I like busted 2 rear brake lines, so now I had no exhaust and no rear brakes, and I had to call my dad. He had to come with he came with the wrong tool. We had to make it work to cut it off, and then I drove the car home with no brakes, and I'm pretty sure I scrapped it the next day. So I drove it like 40 miles with no brakes.
Oy. I thought you were going to say that you got arrested for murder of stealing a can of tuna.
If that's a reference, I don't get it, but
my cousin Vinny, the Skylark was a big car in that.
So no, I don't remember the movie that I went to go see, because I didn't see it that day, but I think I went and saw it the next day, whatever it was.
Nice. Any other movie comments? No. All right. Randy, 4 through 9.
Let's go with 6.
This one I'm going to hold off on because it's what would you like to talk about? And I figure that's a good time to talk about Jaimen's tournament. So what about a different?
How about, I don't know what you want me to say. How about 7?
How about 8?
How about 8?
It's my other complainer hole. But I have a question for you to start it off.
Perfect.
This is a question I've asked before, but have you watched any of the Olympics?
Ooh, I've just seen like snippets. Okay. So yeah, nothing too focused.
Has anybody watched any of the Olympics?
A little bit.
Yeah, not too much, but some.
Well, Corey first, what have you watched? Anything in particular?
Let's see. When was the opening ceremonies? Was that Friday?
I think so,
Saturday? Yeah. So I caught a little bit of that when it started. Actually, that's all I have to say about the opening ceremony.
It's very French.
Yeah, I saw them, whatever, they're like walking with the torches across that bridge, and then they like dump the torches into like the center thing that lights it up, and that shit seemed fake as fuck. I don't know if they actually like lit something on fire.
They were using projectors a lot for that. Yeah, it's all like light shows basically.
I was watching some dude was running across the roof, and then all of a sudden he's on like some green screen and the minions are there, and I'm like, okay, and I just turned it because it was just getting ridiculous.
I mean, Gojira played, which was pretty rad. I had to watch that part at least. Which
Isn't that just Godzilla?
If you don't know, it's a metal band, which I think is pretty rare for like popular things like the Olympics to have like a straight up metal band playing. So I like.
Are they
that
French?
Part. I think so. Yeah, that would. I think that's why.
Well, no, I mean, like I saw Lady Gaga singing a French song, which was like, okay, I don't know this song. It was pretty bad.
Now I have to Google if they're French or not.
They are, but wait, Pat, did you say Godzilla?
In the movies, isn't that what they call Godzilla? Gojira?
Oh, well, that's also what their band used to be called.
Oh, probably from trademarking or something.
Oh, yep, found it as Godzilla. I never knew that.
I don't know if I would know any of their stuff. Probably, maybe not.
I know Blue Oyster called Godzilla. Go, Godzilla. Anyway. Alex, what did you watch Olympic-wise?
Not much. We caught some highlights. So I was at Warwick over the weekend, so we didn't really have, access to it. But we watched some of the tennis highlights. We watched a little bit there. I saw some of the gymnastics when I got home on Sunday, and a little bit of water polo when I got home today. So pretty much just snippets, but, here and there.
So I had a wedding at the Turning Stone Casino over the weekend, and it was on Saturday. So I get to my hotel and then wait for the shuttle bus to take me over to the main resort area, which took way longer than I thought it was going to. So I thought I was going to be late. But I think I was in the waiting room or in the entry to the hotel for 20 or 30 minutes. And that's when the beach volleyball, I don't know what you call it, 2-on-2. The women's beach volleyball was playing. So that was pretty badass to watch as someone that doesn't really watch beach volleyball. And I don't know, like, the difference in what else do they play in the Olympics as far as like 2-on-2? Do they do like...
They have like full teams indoors, right, Alex?
Yeah, so they've got beach, which is just the 2-on-2, and then they've got indoor, which is the full 6-on-6. traditional volleyball.
The 2-on-2 outdoor, I didn't watch any of the indoor, just seems like more fun to watch because you don't got a bunch of bodies all over the place.
Yeah.
And the U.S. team is crazy because the one girl's like 6 foot something, and then the other girl's like 5'4".
That's what I was watching. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how about yin and yang?
They're very different. Like they're ostensibly the same sport, but the things that you have to do in outdoor, even just moving around, like playing on sand is so much harder than playing on, solid court. Every like amazing diving play or whatever is like actually 2 times harder than you think it is because they have to do it in sand. Yeah. And obviously, like you were saying, with less bodies, like everybody's got to cover different things. You get a bit more specialization, which leads to, the super spectacular plays in the indoor. But for like scrapping and for long points and things like that, I like beach a lot more.
Part of my complaint was about the beach, not the volleyball itself, because like I said, that was entertaining. But I wish that the announcers would explain more. You can kind of figure out the rules. It's not that difficult. Sure. But at no point did I hear him talk about like, they're in group play and if they have to get a certain amount of points, they didn't explain any of that. Like, how do they advance? And then there was one particular spot that really annoyed me. The tall U.S. girl, she blocked a shot and the U.S. got the point. And then it was protested by the other team. I forget who it was. It might have been Canada. And they never showed a replay of it to show if, in fact, the point should not have been allowed or however. And then if you had to look at the score, they switched the score and the announcers never even addressed it. It was the most ridiculous thing. Now, mind you, I guess I'm used to watching like baseball where everything's a replay and football even, because in football, it's like, a 5-second play and then 30 seconds to the next one. So they can show 4 or 5 replays of the same play. But you would think with a penalty like that, the announcer would explain, okay, you're not supposed to do this. And that's what she did and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Didn't even address that they swapped points, that the U.S. lost a point and the other team got it.
Yeah, you'd hope. Yeah, unless it was like something incredibly obvious to a volleyball player. I mean, maybe they wouldn't say something, but I mean, I was watching the water polo and they were doing a really good job of, explaining all the different things that are happening and like the exclusions and things like that. So like, you got to recognize volleyball, it's mainstream, but it's not that mainstream. So you can get some explanations in there for sure.
Absolutely. And I understand that they're covering a lot of events. Don't get me wrong. NBC's got a lot, but they could have saved some of that money getting Snoop Dogg and Peyton Manning. And they could have gotten better announcers or graphics people or camera people. Because there were a couple times you just missed a shot because they were showing a different angle. But I understand that they're doing like 20 events at a time, probably more. And it can get kind of ridiculous. But the other complaint I have is, you guys watch the highlights, you said, right?
A little bit.
Mostly. I like to watch it on the replay because when it's live, that stuff can drag on.
Yep.
Imagine like watching a live disc golf round, where you're watching everything. So the problem I have is, and this is just, I think this is a streaming exclusive issue, is that they'll be in mid-sentence and it'll pop to a commercial. Or like the YouTube type commercials that they have on the streamers nowadays, with the clock ticking down as to how long. And then it comes back and then they're finishing the sentence that they had from 2 minutes before, which is cool, whatever. But I'm watching it on a replay. Then like a minute later, it'll just skip an action from when the actual commercial was. It can be frustrating, especially because I was watching the women's street skateboarders, and there's this point in it where they do 2 things where they just ride around for 45 seconds, get as many points as they can, and then they do like 5 tricks. So they each take turns doing 1 trick, and they take their 2 best. The highest scoring trick got blipped out by a commercial. There's 7 girls, I think, 7 or 8 girls, and they were falling on their ass a lot because they're only doing 1 trick and they're trying probably the hardest trick. And I get that. They do 5 and they only have to really complete 2 of them. So they try something really hard. So out of 40, seriously, they probably only completed 10 of them. And the best one, they blipped out from a commercial. And they didn't even show a replay of it. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that we're at that point in streaming where it'll get better, but it ain't there yet. And not for nothing, I did not need to see Peyton Manning doing that. Like the Macy's Day Parade when they had the athletes on the river. He's not, he should stick to football is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I did think it was odd. When I was sitting in that waiting room, there was like an older lady working the counter, and I heard her make some type of noise like, huh? I turned around, and that's when they cut to Snoop Dogg, like dancing in the stands or something. And I'm like, what the hell is Snoop Dogg on the camera for?
I think they had Colin Jost doing like surfing in Tahiti, which why they're doing surfing in Tahiti when the Olympics are in Paris, but
There's no surfing in Paris.
I guess so. Then how did they get the Olympics?
I don't know. There's no surfing in a lot of the countries that have hosted the Olympics.
I get a wave machine, you know. Again, I just need to get my venting out and I'm done. And that's why we do chapters, ladies and gentlemen. You can just skip right over it.
You can just call us if you need to complain about something. You don't have to wait till Monday night.
Alex, what do you got?
I would normally do hole 7, but we have rerouted, so let's do hole 5.
That is skip ace. We had 2 events, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. Are there really only 4 events left?
Yeah, for now.
We got to at least get Stonykill on there. I don't know if we're going to have time to get the premiere on there.
What about states?
Stage should probably be on there.
States would be a good one to add.
All right, so we had the European Disc Golf Festival, DGPT European Disc Golf Festival. Looks like 34 participants. I came in 32nd, just ahead of Brian Bickersmith in 33rd.
What was he doing?
Let's see. What was he doing? Nico Ratja and Kasperi Pakarinen really messed him up.
Well, Kristen Tatarlin got 110 points. How did she only get 110 points in 8th place?
Women get...
Pool is smaller, yeah.
It drops really
I didn't
quickly.
think it dropped that fast, though. Holy crap.
I was in 32nd, but Brandon Klein was only in 28th, so that's always good. Good news for people competing like Corey. Jason's mechanic in 26th got out. Alex in 24th and Randy in 23rd.
This is interesting. Camel Case Corey reunited once again, back-to-back, 19 and 20 place. Tim Goyette and Brian Monahan. It's kind of cute.
Kathleen Bemis in 18th. Kyle Hirsch in 15th. In his usual spot behind Jaimen Hume in 14th.
By one stroke. At one point.
By 1 point. Turtles in Your Face in 12th behind Corey Cook in 11th. But more importantly, 2 points behind Rob Wiest of the Mississippi in 10th.
Keeping it tight.
Joe Gaspardi in 9th. Jason Lasasso Star in 8th place. Mike Schwartz 7th. Brian Heller in 6th. Sparky Spalding in 5th. Lefty Flick 21 in 4th. Ryan Travis 148343 in 3rd. Highland Mike Warner in 2nd. And the Flying Squirrel. Oh, no, I think he did do some bragging on the Facebook page. Well, get all the points you can, mister. You're going to need them. We'll go over the Warwick points, but I don't want to talk too much about the event yet. 34 picks there. Alex, I hope you did better in the event. 34th place.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There's that whole Dylan Capiccioli guy, and he decided he wasn't going to play, and I didn't think to check my picks. So that'll do it.
At least you didn't get double screwed by that one.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody might have had him in the... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody definitely picked him, too. Let's see. Turtles in Your Face, 29th. Tied with Randy Bobandy and Corey Cook, all at 29th place.
We definitely were not looking at each other's papers when we were taking this test.
I'm looking... Definitely, yeah. Randy and Corey had exactly the same picks. Turtles in Your Face got there slightly differently.
Hey, I got positive points.
Heck yeah.
Adele picked me, which is nice. Thank you.
You mean yourself? Oh, I thought you meant like you had 778 points, but no, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I had 28 points.
It's pretty awesome.
Welcome to the club, Alex.
Corey's like, I've done that like 4 times.
I'm looking at Dell's other picks, and like Justin Michelli, 107 points, Caitlin Clay, 250. Those are the real points.
What about this Corey log jam? Corey Cook in 29th, Corey Miupcook in 28th, and Corey Buns in 27th.
Similar yet different.
That was the best pots. Alex is Stinky in 26th.
Then we get to all the people that did not get dinged for a negative 250.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess Dell didn't either, but
She could have done so much better if she picked somebody else in out.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Jason in 24th, Flying Squirrel in 21st. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Still only like 100 points behind first place.
Yeah, because I'm ahead of him, but only by 25 points or so. In 15th place, tied with Jason's Mechanic. 3-way tie for 12th, Bickersmith, Rob Wiest, Mississippi, and Zach McDonald. Kathleen Bemis in 11th. 2-way tie in 9th, Joe Gaspardi and Sparky Spalding. Mike Schwartz in 8th, Jaimen in 7th. Lefty Flick 21 in 6th. Kyle Hirsch in 5th.
damn, he didn't even pick himself. I guess, well, Dell could have picked Kyle and would have had just a little bit extra points.
Brian Monahan in 4th. Yvonne Marmota, Ivan Marmota in third. Ryan Travis 148343 in second. And Ryan Nelson is your winner by like 25 points over Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Still got 50 overall. Trying to figure out where to start. I'm in 28th with the Flying Squirrel in 25th. He's got me by about just under 800 points. Nothing. It's nothing. Alex Potts in 24th behind Randy Bobandy in 23rd. Turtles in Your Face 21st. Jason Lasasso Star in 20th. Cat Bemis in 16th behind Brian Bickersmith in 15th. Jamin Human 12th.
Nice.
Rob Weiss of the Mississippi in 11th. Top 10, Ryan Nelson in 10th. Brandon Klein in 9th. Zach McDonald 8th. Corey Cook in 7th place. That's a slippage, no? Weren't you top 5 not too long ago?
It does seem like some slippage, although Ryan crushed me this past week and Brian did pretty good too. I need to step my game up really quick.
6th place, Brian Heller. Ryan Travis 148343 in 5th. Ivan Marmota in 4th. Kyle Hirsch in 3rd. Jason Mechanic no longer in 1st. He's in 2nd place behind Mike Schwartz. Looking for the repeat.
70 points.
I think I talked with Brian Heller a little bit over the weekend.
At Warwick?
Yeah, I think he was playing the responsible adult for Leighton Brinster. And
Nice.
I played with him on one of the cards, so I got to talk to him just a little bit.
Awesome.
Did you talk about anything cool or
Nothing too fancy.
nothing to report home about?
Yeah, talked about Skip Ace a little bit. He said he was doing well.
You guys were colluding?
Mm-hmm. It
I
sounds
feel
like.
like if we were colluding, I would be doing better.
All right, so next up is the DGPT Discraft Ledgestone Open presented by Grip EQ. If you haven't gotten your picks in like myself, get them in. All right, Jamin, we've been going through 9 holes. We got 1, 4, 6, 7, and 9. What hole would you like to go for?
Let's go through 4.
That's last week in disc golf. I'm in no rush for that. Why don't you pick another hole, Jamin?
We're all over the place today.
Yeah.
6?
Okay, what would you like to talk about? And now that you're here, Jamin, what's the premiere?
The premiere is the premiere of the red tees at CTK. Getting those all completed and done, even though not a lot of divisions are actually playing the red tees, but just kind of something to celebrate the fact that the course is in a mostly completed state, and it has been a very long time coming. So I just wanted to do a quick tournament. A lot of people have been asking me if I was doing anything that weekend because I did last year. So kind of getting something going there so that people had something to play on a weekend that turns out has another event in it also, but something for those Sunday disc golfers who are always looking for events.
When is it?
That's a great question.
It's the 11th, I think.
It's the 11th. Thank you. It's August 11th. It's a 2-round C-tier. It's a NIFA event. Quick and easy. All the AMs are going to get a $20 gift certificate to Disc Golf 978, so you don't have to worry about getting another disc that you don't know what to do with. You can kind of choose whatever you want, and then payouts are through them also. It's a very low overhead event, so there's going to be a good payout for everybody.
Anybody here playing?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
I think that I might play.
What?
Yeah,
You should.
I do play this sport occasionally.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some competition.
Are you the only pro right now?
No, I mean, the only real pro. I mean, it's Kyle Hirsch,
Shots
Michelli,
fired.
and Adam Nelson in there
Oh, wait, I'd be the 5th person?
so
There's
far.
an MP40, though, too. So really, you'd be like the 6th person.
Yeah. I mean, that's not going to stop me from signing up, but
All right. Corey, what would you like to talk about?
I don't know that I really... I feel like I didn't say anything last time either. I feel like I got to talk about
Well,
something.
I could always just put what you said earlier right here.
Yeah, sure, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I feel safe throwing it out there because I feel like I won't get any takers. But after Electric City, I'm having a little birthday bonfire at my house in Ravenna. If any local listeners want to come through.
So when is your birthday?
So actually, my birthday is today, the day of recording, the
Happy
29th.
birthday.
Thanks.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this properly, but what are you thinking having just throwing out an open invite for people to come over?
Well, first thing is they'd have to ask me for my address, so I could weed them out like that. But no, usually I do like a semi-big thing at my house where it's kind of like, I'll have we'll play disc golf at J Park kind of in the late morning, early afternoon. And then afterwards I'd have like a bunch of food and, it turned into a whole thing. But with the way the disc golf schedules turned out and I had a wedding to go to this past weekend, I didn't really have a good day to do it. So going to end up just having like a big bonfire, hang out, some semi-redneck shit.
I didn't realize the Electricity one was this weekend.
Yep, this Saturday, Electricity. Be there or be on the wait list or not on the disc golf scene page at all, I suppose, are your three options. Hoping we don't have to play in any extreme heat or rain, because I feel like that's kind of what happens at disconnected tournaments. And the weather lately has been so iffy. Never know what's going to happen. I'm tired of playing in the rain, that's for sure.
It's showing full with 7 on the wait list as of today.
Oh, I actually haven't checked it in a while. And it's a pretty big pro field with some heavy hitters in there with Bradshaw and Jaimen and both Kyles. Tucker's been on a heater lately.
Alex, who's your biggest competition in MA1?
I was just looking at that.
I got to look it up. Let's see.
Anthony Bohansky.
Bohansky's on the list. Wardout's always right on my tail.
Notice he says on my tail, not like, okay.
I think, I'm half a step ahead of him, but,
Okay.
He's probably got more experience at this course, so he might be taking me down. Jeremy Kasperk's very good. Tyler Gannon's very good.
Yeah, I don't know who my favorite is in the MA1 division.
Brendan Medina looks like he's stepping up. I think he played MA2 for the last few tournaments, so that's always cool to see somebody stepping up to the next division.
MP40 will be interesting with Chad Larson and Tim Giardini as like the obvious choices.
Yeah. I can't discount Jason Gorsuch, though. He's been crushing it.
Who didn't we mention? Dan Ignore and Brian Bickersmith.
Also good players. So
Yeah. That's a good MP40 field. The question is, which one of these jabronis is not going to play with their pool since there's 5 of them?
It's a good question. Couldn't tell you.
Is Kenji Klein going to move up, or is he's still in MA50?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. He is playing. That's good.
I mean, there's nobody in MP50. So
I feel like MA2, I got to go with Ryan Travis 148343 after he's had a little taste of the victories.
He's been in MA2 a while, though, hasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he's played MA2 the past couple of years. MA3, I feel like I got to go with Brandon Klein just so you can hear his name.
I don't know. Derek Stasinski, I say his name a lot.
Yep.
Mike Warner, probably Highland Mike Warner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is Highland Mike Warner.
Randy, we're just looking at the Electricity Classic.
I will not be there.
Why?
I've been playing in the Cape Cod Open pretty much since I started playing tournaments, so I'll be there.
Do you not like your friends, or?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I figured.
Now, did anyone fill out the Disky Chicks survey?
I keep thinking about
I haven't done it yet.
One of the questions is like, what's your worst round? And like, it's from Electricity for me, so it's not even like a fun tournament for me.
All right. Jason, you got anything? What do you want to talk about?
Public service announcement. There's apparently a bunch of bees at White Elephant on hole 6. All sorts of people have been telling me about it. And like the last 6 or 7 course reviews have highlighted it too. So they're going to get on it. But if you're going to play that course, apparently there's ground bees on a few holes, especially hole 6.
To expound upon that public service announcement, it's almost August. There's a bunch of bees everywhere. If you're standing next to a wood pile, you might be standing next to a bee's nest. That's kind of how it goes. All the ground bees are all of a sudden maturing enough that they're ready to mess up your day, and they will do it with glee. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, Charlie Holmgren got lit up at Warwick on hole 2.
He had an eventful weekend.
Yeah, it's like, I got stung 16 times. I got proof of 2 of them.
Randy, you got anything you want to talk about? Any bees or anything?
Oh gosh, no bees.
Not even any pictures of bees?
No, I had a busy vacation weekend. I played a new course that is convenient if you're traveling from here to New Hampshire. So I'll pitch that. Moody Park. It's right on the border of Vermont and New Hampshire. It was really cool. It was a fun little course. Tons of like weird elevation, kind of like Kaiser Creek's like front few holes, or even like hole 18, like where you're shooting across valleys. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty cool. Pretty fun.
All right. Alex, you got anything?
I am slightly disappointed that Randy was not able to identify the fancy bug I sent him.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, okay. To be fair, the picture was not
it was not a good picture. And to be clear, I am not blaming you at all. I just randomly send you bug pictures and expect you to know them. Like that's not a reasonable expectation.
25% of all animals are beetles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things to know.
So
it was probably a beetle.
I don't know. I'll send the photo to the group chat. But On a more serious note, Stonykill Scramble still has some spots open. It looks like about 30 places open, a little less than 30 places open on doubles and singles. So there is some time to get in on that. I don't know if you guys saw the bamboo minis that we did last year, but I've been talking with the guy, and I think we're going to be able to do those again this year, which is going to be awesome. So those had the like tournament stamp on there, and if you get in early enough, you can get your name and PDGA number on the back. So yeah, that's always a cool thing, I think.
When's that tournament?
So Saturday, August 31st is singles. It's a 2-round C tier. And Sunday is same deal, 2-round C tier. Sunday, September 1st is doubles.
Okay. So there's still time.
Yeah, you got a chunk of time.
You still want to get in, though.
Yeah.
I know we still have like 3 to 4 weeks, but a note for the editor, we definitely had to go through and pick double teams' names. I'm sure we wouldn't forget about that, but...
How do you mean?
Do you have a good one?
No, my name sucks, but I'm hoping some more thoughtful and funny doubles teams' names register before the start of the tournament.
There are some good ones.
These are a little weak. I don't want to do any spoilers and talk about it early, but...
What you want to do is you want to talk about the team names.
Yeah, like we usually
beforehand.
do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, absolutely.
I don't think there's any use doing picks. I mean, me and Anthony Bohansky are going to win pro, so...
That's the correct reaction to that.
All right. Hope you take some aspirin before that round, Jaimen. You're going to need it.
Wouldn't I need it after the round when you kick my butt?
No. This is just for how your back's going to feel out there carrying Uccelli all day.
Oh.
Luckily, he's fairly slim.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think Jaimen would be the perfect partner for a guy like Justin, no?
Yeah.
You know, off the top of my head, like, Jaimen would be like, hey, go do your thing, and then I'll just play the sane shot, you know?
Jaimen, smooth and calculated. Justin is just going to try to park every basket no matter how far away it is.
And every once in a while it'll work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I concur with Jason and Alex. Yes, that is a bug.
Oh man, no,
Yeah.
I just looked it up. That's a spotted lanternfly. You're supposed to like report that.
Are you
Oh, wait,
actually?
is it? Is it a larvae?
Yeah, it's the nymph
Oh.
form of it. No, you should call somebody.
I don't know how to do that. You'll have to explain it.
Dial 911.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Did you see it at Warwick?
Yeah, it was on Jess's bag, Jess Lassassin.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
great. She probably brought it to Greenville.
oh no, go kill it.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
Do they do stuff?
Yeah. They're like a big pest. I don't know exactly what they do, actually.
They're invasive. I actually don't know if they target a specific plant.
Trees of Heaven. I'm reading it right now.
I would have killed this thing just because I thought it was a tick.
It was like dime sized. You would
Yeah,
not
those
have
were
mistaken
so
it
much
for
bigger.
a tick.
Well, those are the kind of ticks I'm hoping to see. Not those little baby ones that you don't ever see.
Anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about before we? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm asking Jason next, and we all know a hole he's going to pick. All right, Jason, what hole would you like?
I hate to be so predictable.
I like it, actually. It's nice.
Yeah, let's stay consistent. Go 1.
All right, the Warwick Disc Golf Championships. We did picks on that. Do you want to go over the picks first, or do you guys want to talk about the rounds first? What do you think is the better way to do that? Anybody have a thought on that?
My only thought is when you do go through your rounds, I'm going to use that time for a bathroom break.
I was thinking go through the rounds, but I don't know if there was any logic behind that.
The Warwick Disc Golf Championships tournament director Ryan Kenny. How many rounds was this, and how did that work?
All right, so it was 4 rounds. On day 1, you played blue to silver for the first round, and then after lunch, you played blue to blue. Then you came back in the morning of Sunday, and you played silver to blue, and then blue to blue again for the last round. For the MPO field, at least. I believe FPO just played the 3 rounds, didn't play the last blue to blue round.
In your opinion, do you prefer that over playing all 4 rounds, having the silver?
You know, for a field like this, I don't think it really makes sense to play the silver to silver. I think me personally, I would have liked to play it, just to, have a chance to get a bunch of birdies in a round.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there wouldn't be a ton of scoring separation, especially at the high end of, the pro field. This is, speculation though. So I'll defer to Jaimen or somebody who has more experience with that. But it feels like the silver to silver would be a little bit of a waste of a round as far as this field goes.
Does anybody have a differing opinion on that?
No, I can just add that I think that it would be very hard to have a well-rated round. If the pro field played silver to silver, there would just be like 10 under would almost be like the starting point. And it would detract away from playing blue to blue because we'd lose one of those rounds. And I think that that's just such a good layout that I could honestly play it 4 times and be happy. So only playing it once would be a little bit of a bummer for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't mind playing blue to blue more.
Yeah. And that's not a ding against the tournament on any level. I just can't get over how much I love that tournament.
Yeah.
But I just really like that blue to blue layout.
Why don't we start with Alex? How was your weekend?
So first up, better than last year, which, I mean, it wasn't exactly a high bar to clear, but it was better than I thought. Day one probably went pretty similar. You know, it was a little bit below my rating, which, you know, it's how it goes. I don't play that course that often. But I was able to adjust on some things and make fewer mistakes, which is always good. I did get to play with Leighton Brinster, who, if you guys don't know, is like 12 and carries around a bag that is bigger than he is. And he crushed me. So that's, you know, not surprising, but still a little bit humbling. But yeah, I had fun. Had fun playing there. I got to play with David Koch one round as well. Nothing else is really jumping out at me. I played silver to blue very well, I think. Still sitting at +2, which is, you know, nothing compared to, you know, most of the people there. But I felt like I was, you know, at the bottom of the pack as opposed to an outlier at the bottom of the leaderboard. So yeah, we take that. It's improvement.
How about your round, Jason? How'd your weekend go?
Great. This was my 100th PDJ event. So
Nice.
I was happy that I got to do a Warwick. It's one of my favorite events. I used to play it every year and then kind of took a break when we had kids. Felt like it was a lot easier to cash back in the day, like 8 or 9 years ago. If you were shooting like par, you were doing pretty good. But I don't know if it's a combination of the course getting maybe a little easier with better baskets, and then also just the field getting like so much better. Par is not going to cut it. You got to get better. But I shot, I think, overall for the whole tournament, like my best score there ended up being 1 off of cash, which, I was hoping to cash, but honestly, I was really happy with how I played and I enjoyed the course. Warwick's awesome. I enjoyed that event. Everything was like very smooth. I don't think I've ever played that tournament and not had like pretty big backups, and I didn't have any backups. It was so smooth.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. They had a couple of spotters out there, which was nice, but yeah, absolutely no significant backups that I ran into, which is awesome.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the event. I enjoyed the course. The weather was pretty good. It was warm. It was pretty hot, but not like insanely hot like previous years. And then also I got to play with Jess. We got a babysitter for the whole weekend. And so just spending time with her and, you know, enjoying the weekend together just made the whole experience really good. And then she got the caddy for me for the 4th round because FP only played 3. So
we'll go over the picks in a bit, but was she upset that you picked her?
We didn't talk about it.
Why is it that when I didn't play that there's no ghost hole?
They ended up doing a ghost hole for the FPO. The speculation around the course was they wanted lead card MPO and lead card FPO to both start on hole 1. So I think that's what ended up happening, where the lead card FPO was a ghost hole and ended up starting on 1 and finishing on 18. But yeah, the last round didn't need a ghost hole, and I don't know why they didn't do any other ghost holes. But
all right. And Jaimen, how about your day?
My weekend went super well. I was really nervous. I didn't play well at clay last weekend. Still shaking off a lot of rust. And the first day, it kind of felt like that again. I was missing a lot of short putts. But then a little bit of tweaking to my warm-up before the second day helped out a ton. And I was able on that 3rd round to like make a lot of really big putts for birdies and jumped up in the standings pretty considerably. And then was able to hold on blue to blue to finish the tournament at 8 under after going, I think first day I went 1 under 1 over. So going into day 2, I was even. And then day 2, I went 7 under 1 under, which got me into the cash, which felt really nice after kind of some really rough disc golf the past few times out. But no, I feel like I'm finally like playing like myself a little bit, and just like doing it at Warwick is so great because, like I said, like I can't say enough about that tournament. The course is phenomenal. The tournament's so well run that you almost can't even tell that it's being run, you know. And this is a lot like Mindkill as well. The whole thing just looks effortless. It looks like nobody's putting in any effort into any of it. Every time I went by, I saw the tourney director, Ryan Kenny. He's just kind of sitting at the picnic table watching people walk by on 17. But the amount of work and stuff that they put into that tournament beforehand and during the event is like really incredible. And to have it go as smoothly as it went is really a cool thing. So I'm like already missing it. I wish I could get another tournament in there at some point this year, but they don't do them.
Oh, one other thing that they apparently got like a Zuka cart donated or something. And
yeah.
I absolutely love this. I think it was a brilliant idea. So the 2 spotters, they're like club members and they're volunteering and stuff. So for volunteering, they put them in a competition where they get 5 attempts to kick a soccer goal with Joey Apples as the goalie. And it went back and forth, and whoever got the most points won the Zuka cart. So awesome way to like reward volunteerism and the spotters, and also provide like a spectacle for, I don't know, like 30 or 40 people just like watching them and rooting them on. It was pretty cool.
Heck yeah. So, Jason, did you drive down each day or did you stay there?
We ended up staying there. We were kind of on the fence. I actually had my stepfather end up going to the emergency room like a couple of days before, and so my parents were going to babysit for us, and that just fell through. So we weren't even sure if we were going to play, and then my brother stepped up and offered to watch the kid. And being the whole weekend, wasn't sure how that was going to go, so we were like kind of on the verge of possibly driving if we needed to. But
how far of a drive?
It's not too bad. It's like hour and 45 minutes for us. So I've done it before. I think the last time I played it, I drove back and forth every day.
And how's your stepdad? He's okay?
Yeah, he's recovered.
I assume that Alex and Jaimen, you guys stayed there as well?
Yep.
Yep.
I stayed at the same hotel that Jason ended up staying at, if I remember correctly, along with Justin Muccelli, Kyle Hirsch, and JP Hafner. And we had some good times in between rounds. After round 2, so Saturday into Sunday, JP goes, does anybody want to play tennis? Because he had 4 rackets in his car. And so he, I, and Kyle Hirsch and David Koch all went out and played a superset of doubles tennis at like 7:00 at a local public court, whatever.
Who won?
JP and I won, but no thanks to me.
I think the real winners were the people who got to watch.
Yeah. Jaimen, Kate Clay, and Justin were out there watching.
I assumed you meant locals, but that's also just funny.
I camped at Dan's place.
Oh, nice.
Which does not have a shower. So I was watching their tennis because I needed to use their shower, and everybody who had the hotel room was playing tennis.
Part of the issue there was we thought that Justin was going to be in the hotel room the whole time. And then half an hour into us playing, he shows up with Kate Clay, and we didn't really realize that nobody was going to be there for when you got there. So sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. No, I got to
planned.
watch you guys fart around. It was an absolute blast. That was way more fun than taking a shower and then sitting in a field for 3 hours.
All right. So we can go over the picks, but I'll be right back. I just got to call my grandma real quick.
My grandma didn't even answer either. We've been playing phone tag for 3 days. She's been trying to wish me a happy birthday. So I assumed that you guys, at least partially, had carpooled down there. So I had this whole scheme that I went and played Stonykill with Anthony Bohansky, Steve Marshall, and Frank DeGreg something.
DiGregorio?
Yeah. I knew it was something like that. So when I got back, I'm like, I'm gonna wait until their round is done, assume that they're all driving home, and then I'm gonna Facebook call Kyle, assuming he would be driving and his phone would be connected to the speaker, and I was just gonna like instantly talk shit, not even knowing like how you guys played. But then I call and it's Kyle's just driving by himself. Oh, you guys didn't carpool at all? You guys all just drove separately?
Yeah, because of, like JP's coming from one place, I'm coming from a different place. JP and I were coming after work. The other 2 were coming out in the morning. It just didn't make any sense to carpool.
All right. So we did do picks for the Warwick Disc Golf Championships. Each player picked 1 FPO player and then 4 MPO players. One of the MPO players had to have a rating under 960. So we did a poll on the Facebook page, so we'll go based off of that. We had... It's like 24 votes. 5th place with 4% of the vote was Jaimen. He had 1 vote. David Koch voted for him. Jason picked David Koch, so I don't know what that says about that. Let's take a look.
Oh, he's buddies with Andrew Fish. He picked his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jaimen had Andrew Fish, who came in 5th place, but he also had Ryan Peterson, who dropped and came in with a tie for 61st. The good news is, though, that Ryan Peterson was his dark horse, so you're kind of figuring they're going to be higher scored anyway. But he also had Debbie Yu, who came in 3rd in the FPO, Ethan Hine, who came in 7th, and Owen McCall, who came in 19th for a total of 95 points. Jaimen is our current leader at 95 points.
See how it holds up.
It's like writing your name on the first throw of the CTP hole. And
it's not even close to the basket.
Yeah.
Next up with, let's see here, 8% of the vote, Eric Heinel and Mark Damey voted for Jason. Jason had Matt Hammerstein, who won the event, Craig Cutler, who came in 7th, Kyle Moriarty, who came in 10th. His dark horse was David Koch, who came in 50th, and Jessica Lasasso, who came in 8th, for a combined of 76 points.
Somebody's closer.
Next up, with 12% of the vote, they had 4 votes: Chris Dahl, Randy Bemis, Corey Cook, and Kristen McDonald. That was Corey Cook. Randy had a lot of faith in his vote. Corey picked Steve Brinster, who came in 21st, Cassandra Leoy, who came in 6th, Wyatt Mahoney, who also came in 6th in the MPO division. Brad Schott came in 25th, and his dark horse, John J.P. Hafner, came in 41st, for a combined total of 99 points.
Jaimen had a guy that dropped, and I still got smacked.
It puts you firmly in 3rd place.
I think you might have had the best dark horse pick, though.
No, he did not.
Oh.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, fair.
That was Corey at 16%. Next, with 24% of the vote, that was Alex. Kyle Hirsch voted for him. Ryan Nelson, Jason Lasasso, Brandon Klein, Ivan Marmota, and Justin LaMarche. His picks, Alex, let's see here. Alex had Harry Chase, who came in 3rd place. Michelle Gallagher came in 2nd in the FPO. David Fleck, who came in 2nd. His dark horse was Justin LaMarche, who came in 43rd. And he picked Jaimen Hume. Let's do a little flashback real quick. And Alex, MPO pick left.
Jaimen Hume.
Smart, because I'm going to beat Kyle Hirsch by at least 1.
Exactly.
Yes. I couldn't remember if I mentioned anything about that. Eat it, Kyle.
It's funny because when we were going over skip Ace, you beat Kyle by 1 point, and I made a joke that you beat him by 1 stroke, not even knowing that Alex said that or that you actually beat him by 1 stroke.
I told him on Saturday night, I was like, so Kyle, are you ready to like be within 1 stroke of each other tomorrow? And he's like, that's not happening this time.
It was harsh too, because Kyle played so well that first round. Like he was 8 down and then +4 on day 1. Ugh.
And I don't know if I mentioned it, but Jaimen came in 22nd. That puts Alex at a total of 72 points.
So close.
No, that you're in the lead.
You're winning right now, right?
Very close.
Jason has 76.
76. I flipped the numbers in my head. All right, we're doing it.
Right? Let me not 65. Yeah, 72.
I flipped the numbers in my head. I had him at 67.
So Alex is our current leader. And then with the most votes, 48% of the vote, 12 votes, Antonio Albert, Eric Bowers, Mark Bryan, Mike Schwartz, Brian Bickersmith, Sparky Spalding, Marcia Falk, Jacqueline Kirkpatrick, Caitlin Clay, Kathleen Bemis, Peter Hodge, and Filth Raskinator. That was Randy. Let's see how Randy did. Randy picked Caitlin Clay, who won the FPO division.
Congrats to her. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. I got to watch hole 18. That was awesome.
His dark horse pick had the best score of a dark horse pick. He came in 29th, Philip Rascona.
Nice.
But then he had Dylan Capiccioli, who dropped out and got him 61 points.
Mm-hmm. He went on to win 2 tournaments that weekend instead of going to Warwick.
He had Zach Cezanne, who came in 3rd, and Kyle Hirsch, who came in 23rd, 1 spot and 1 stroke behind Jaimen, for a total of 117 points, which means Alex at 72 points is our winner.
Woo!
Nice.
Now, you guys picked the top, I want to say 7 or 8 finishers. Do you think that if I took the remnants that I could beat Alex's 72?
Yes.
Yeah, 72 is a lot.
Yeah, you got to be able to, right?
Well, I picked Zach Mason Doyle, who came in 9th. Samuel Streeter came in 10th. Elijah Garrison in 12th. Margaret Sassaman, who came in 4th in the FPO division. And Mike Marchionis, who came in 33rd and was the only other dark horse that came in under par, for a total of 68. So it was...
Nah, just barely. Nice.
Barely, yeah. Considering hindsight is worth, 4 points. Not too shabby. I mean, Alex, those were good picks.
Thank you.
What else are we missing on Warwick? Anything? All right. So this weekend is the Electricity Classic, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Saturday.
We were looking at it earlier, so there's not enough to really pick. We'd have to pick like one player from each division or something like that. And a lot of divisions and it's kind of split up, but we'll find more like this. All right. So that's hole 1. We got 4, 7, and 9. Corey.
We have 4, 7, and 9. 7 was already picked, so I don't want to touch that one. Let's go 4.
Last week in disc golf, July 22nd to 28th. Monday, Colonial Acres doubles had 15 players. Tie for second, Robert Gersman and Brandon Kleiman at -7, tied with Willie Harrison and Abigail Belier. And your winner at -9, Christopher Evanchuk. Gunk's Monday doubles had 13. Second place, Daniel Wetzel and Tim Jackman shot a -5. Tom Kay and Jackson Quinn won it at -7. Prospect Park doubles had 34 players. Third place at -12, Greg Kurtz and Kyle Moore. Dennis Daly and Jay Gorsage came in second at -13. And your winners at -15, Adam Nelson and Benjamin Hayco. Saratoga Spa random dubs at Heiser Creek had 15. Had a tie for second at -8 between Ryan Clare and Mac Daddy J. Totino and Bryce North and Travis West. Your winners at -9, Mike Weist and Joe Ponessa. Field of Dreams doubles had 14. I had a tie for first at -10 between John McDuff and Michael Deefus and Christopher Hudawalski and Ari Eisner. Tuesday, J-Dubs Points Championship Week 19. How'd that go, Corey?
Went okay. We had oddly the same number of people show up on a nice day as we had during the stormy day the week prior. I think we're all kind of expecting to have more players, but we were missing a lot of the regulars for whatever reason. But we were also playing the J South layout, which I would assume many other people would regard as the best layout at J Park. But in any case, Joe Jaskulka and Justin Muccelli kind of popped off for a 13 down round in the win, ahead of Chad Larson and Brendan Sisk in second, who were only at 9 down. Thomas Rascona, playing as Callie, was able to snag the CTP on hole 9, and pretty sure it was his first shot too, which is good. But no one hit the birdie bank, so that's rolling over to next week. I think the Ace Pod is up to like $170, and we only have 9 weeks left, weeks 20 through 28. So at this point, I kind of have to lock down what I'm doing as far as season payouts, how far down I want to pay. Jason Gorsage, who runs the prospect doubles, he kind of like shared a chart of how he was doing payouts based on how many people played, I think like 11 rounds for the season, and kind of using that to base out percentages. I really like that idea, but I have to see, like, I won't copy it one for one, but kind of massage it a little bit and get that figured out. But at this point in the league, we've gone through 19 weeks, and Justin Muccelli has a pretty clear lead at 276 points, and I'm behind him with 243. Joe Jaskulka's in third with 183. Chad Mendraza in fourth at 165. And then in fifth place, rounding up the top 5, is Chad Larson at 159 points. For week 20, we're playing the J North layout. So
count me in.
Yeah, it's always a good time, and at least people can stomach it a little bit better playing doubles for the ones that don't particularly like that layout.
I don't know. I think it's probably not as painful now that I can throw at least a standstill backhand without feeling too ridiculous. So, but I'm going to keep my memories of it sucking until I have a memory of it not sucking. So there's that. Sucking is a relative term. It sucks for me, not for other people. Jaimen, BTK singles. How'd that go?
That went super well. I think we had 9 people show up, and Joe Caron, I remember, won. He shot 6 better than his handicap. And then there was a tie in second with John Furman and Nick Bomer besting their handicap by 4. So that was super cool to see people shooting well out there. This week, tomorrow, or 4 days after the podcast is released, we will be playing the new long tee on hole 4 at CTK. Justin Muccelli and I put that tee pad in, which is exciting. So
heck yeah,
that under par will be less common with that.
All right. Also on Tuesday, we had Kisco Tuesday Dubs had 8 players. Philip Dragalis and John O'Brien shot a -6 for second place. Kyle Lumsden and Mitchell Pipes won it at -11. Wilcox South Hatch at Tuesday Dubs had 17 players. Patty and Antonio Sampo came in third place with a -10, and there was a tie for first at -11 between Nick Warren and Scott Mosier and Max Horowitz and Dylan Brown. Also on Tuesday, Discap Women's League at J Park was a tie for first. Alexis White and Julia May Marger shot a +3, so did Jessica Lasasso. Wednesday, Stonykill Random Dubs. Did you play, Alex?
I did not. On a whim, I went out and played the Pro League at J South. So right. I don't know how anything went, but I'm sure it went well.
Yeah, they had 33 players, which is great. Would have had 34. It would have been nice and even if Alex was there, but that's cool.
They probably had Lenny there, who was...
Oh, yeah. That's true. Gene Gierke and Andrew Durrell shot a -10 for third place. Tim Golden and Troy Nastrand came in second at -11. And Jim Abdu and Davin Burrick won it at -15.
Yeah, all classic Stonykill names.
Shen Creek Week 17 had 19 players. Charles Carpenter Jr. the third and Bryce North came in third at -6. Ryan Lawrence in second place at -7. And Jesse Nyman and Todd Lawrence won it at -8. Deadbeat Doubles had 7 players. They played yellows. 2 teams shot -9. That was Zachary Adam and Jason Matz, tied with Evan Kehoe and Jack. Nobody hit the birdie bank. Paint Bureau Pro League. A bunch of you guys played or no?
You could say that.
Yeah, played is a strong word for some of us.
Well, I'm looking at the winners and I don't see any of your names. So does anybody have anything they want to talk about it? Anything noteworthy?
I have learned to like J South a bit more.
Was that the layout, J South?
Yep. It used to be that I would pretty much only play J Park if we were playing J West or J27. But I've been liking some of the J South holes a bit more.
At J South, after already playing, I feel like I was playing pretty good that week. I shot one of the worst rated round I've thrown in over a year. And it was at J Park, which I shouldn't be doing. It was so painful. That's all I have to say. It sucked.
Looks like Justin Muccelli and Jeremy Whitaker tied for second, and Tucker Kozlowski was your winner.
I haven't looked at the Paint Bro Pro League standings in a while because they're not PDGA points. Oh, Jason Lasasso leading at 183. I had a Josh Wynn with 168 points. So I think at this point we are almost halfway done to the season, the back 9 of the season.
Well, that's week 4, so yeah, it looks like 5 weeks to go. So I'm glad you did that update. So I'll have to try to remember. It's on Disc Golf Scene?
Yeah, under 2024 Paint Bro Pro League Season 4. The league doesn't use a PDGA point, so you get 10 points for showing up, and you get 1 point for every person you beat, and you lose 1 point for everyone that you lost to.
Yep. You get a minimum of 10.
Minimum of 10, yep.
Okay. All right, so Thursday, Disc Beat Club Year 2 played SPW Whites. Third place was Todd Everlith. Dan Perry in second, and David Chaikin came in first. Overall, tied for fourth, Mark Stryker and Mike Warner with 19 points. Johnny Krajewski is in third with 21.5 points. Greg Kurtz in second at 22 points, and Todd Everlith is your leader at 26 points. CPS Thursday dubs had 22 players. Kevin Wen and David Chaikin at -7 came in third. Second place, Tim Stuchji and Jeremy Forehand Florida Man Millan shot a -8. And your winners, Ryan Yadow and Ethan Hatters. Long Island Thursday dubs played blues. Kevin Hutchins and PJ shot a -5 to come in third. Brian Wisher and Stephen Hoffman in second at a -6. And your winners, Ron Gallardi and Michael R. shot a -8. Port Jervis Disc Golf Club has a Spring-Summer League, Week 8. 19 players showed up. Three-way tie for third, Jerry Blasdell and Stacy Blasdell tied with Rob Jarling. All 3 of them had a -1. And there was a tie for first between Joe Guerra and Peter Newland at -3. And there were some casual dubs at Greenville. How'd that go, Jason?
It went good. There was a ton of kids there. Let's see, we had 8 people, and half of them finished the 2 times around. The other half stopped after the first loop. Peter Lundstedt and John Vermillier, I don't know how to say his last name, but they took down the win. I forget what they shot. I think it was 11 down.
That's what I have, according to my records.
Yeah, which was pretty good. I played, and my partner, Doug Eli, it came down to the last hole. We were tied up going into the 18th hole, and hole 9 there is pretty short and pretty easy birdie. And we got blocked by this one tree and missed a pretty short putt to lose it. So they shot the first 18 hole round on that layout. So that's the course record right now. Going to try to do it again this week and then kind of keep the thing going on Thursdays. And then I'm going to be announcing the C tier soon for October 13th. So once we can put those holes in, we're going to start putting those in rotation too.
Nice.
Oh, that's the week at the Norbrook.
Yeah, October's slammed. It's hard to find any day available.
Did you think about checking the schedule for other events before you chose this date?
Yeah, I intentionally wanted to upset you, so
I figured. You didn't check the A-tier schedule, Jason.
All right. So Friday, Skylands had a Friday handicap league at Oasis, had 10 players. Tie for second, Rob Valecki and Eric Pine shot -4s. And your winner, Scott Spellman at -8. SPW Dubs League had 23 to play the Blues. A three-way tie for first place. Willie Harrison, Kevin Wen, Matt E. and Ethan Hatters, and Jared Borelli and Danny White all shot -9s. Cranmore Dubs League at Hickory Mountain had 15. Derwin Crawford and John Hotmer shot even for third place. Jirapat K and Eamon Foster shot -5 for second place. And Joseph Riley and Joe Karen won it at -6. Tournament day on Saturday. On Sunday, Long Island Sunday Dubs played an ABC pairing, awful layout, 3A red. Tie for third, Jonathan Yacht and David Lugo tied with James Green and Jameson at -8. Stan Doskwitz Jr., the third, came in second at -11. And Eric Milano and Kevin Hutchins won it at -14. Discap Sunday Tag League played at the White Elephant. Mike Zancelli came in second at -3, and Terry Hudson, your winner, at -9. Glens Falls Disc Golf had tags at Warrensburg. Tie for third, Charles Carpenter Jr. the third, and Aaron Holtby shot +5. John Furman came in second at +3, and Joe Cairns, your winner, at even. And the Port Jervis Disc Golf Club July Monthly at Riverside Course had 15 players. Ivan Marmota shot a -4 for third place. Jackson Colmorgan came in second at -6, and Paul Horning is your winner at -7. So after all that, does anybody have a guess as to who might be the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Week?
No.
All right. Well, we had players at 6 points. Ethan Hatters won at CPS Thursday Dubs and SPW Dubs. Scott Spellman won at Beacon Wednesday Dubs, and he had the best raw score at Skylands Friday Handicap League. But your winner, Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Week, had 9 points. He won Cranmore Dubs League. He won the Glen Falls Tag Round, and he won CTK Singles League. Your winner, Joe Karen.
Nice.
Freaking Joe. God damn it.
Mm.
Good job, Joe. You did it again.
And since we're talking about events, I went to look for this. Let me pull this up real quick. Mark Bryan posted on the Facebook page about some Boys and Girls Club Scramble tournament from last Saturday. Does anybody know what he was talking about?
It was at Central Park.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any results for it.
I don't think it was like a PDGA thing. I think it was a less formal thing.
He said, I know it was posted a few days late, but don't forget to mention the Boys and Girls Club Scramble tournament from last Saturday, but I couldn't see it posted anywhere. Does anybody know where it might have been posted?
Wait a second. Pulling it up. There was kind of the results posted in Discap by Michael Beisch. Don't recognize that name, but he said, I guess I might as well just read his post and give Pat a break. So he said that a huge thank you to everyone who participated in and supported the inaugural Electricity Disc Dash this past couple weekends ago, July 20th, to benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of Schenectady's Camp Lovejoy. The top teams, with no context as to who they actually are, but the Filthy Casuals through a 43, Jive High 44, Worthy Signs 44, Team Seymour through a 44, and some other teams after that. Special thanks to our sponsors, Kelton Financial, First New York FCU, Turner Construction, Stewart Agency, Janelle Monaco Consulting, CBS 6, and Lamar Advertising. They raised $10,000 to provide scholarships for Camp Lovejoy. See you next year.
Nice. Well, apparently Mark Bryan's team won, and I'm very proud of him.
Me too.
I went looking while you were reading that, Corey. I still didn't find it. So
I had to go to Discap, search for Boys and Girls Clubs, sort by most recent, and that's how I got there.
Seriously, I tried the same thing earlier, but I don't know. Okay, I got 2 things left. Do you guys want to do the Not Another Disc Golf Podcast survey?
Sure.
You guys should all fill it out yourself, but I figured you could help me fill mine out. And I'll ask you guys the questions, and we'll figure it out.
Number 9, Pat. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Hold on. All right. So an anonymous questionnaire to see what people really think. So this will be very anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So our first question, music playing dirt around. Yes, hate it, only if I pick the music.
I feel like there's an option missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. If it's there, great. If it's not, I don't care. And I don't really care if I pick the music either.
Yeah.
I don't need to pick the music, but I want to have veto power.
Sure. Like unlimited skips?
Once or twice around, maybe. Unless you've got really bad taste in music, but I don't find that. I remember playing around with J-Fat at Gunks one time, and it started being this lecture on science, and it was supposed to be some kind of avant-garde shit, and I'm like, dude,
That sounds like an extended YouTube commercial that he just forgot to skip on.
Exactly. I'm not saying I want to be in control of your music, just, the occasional skip. So we all agree that it's not the best optioned one, but what would you pick if you had to pick yes, hate it, or only if I pick the music?
Yes.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Worst round you've ever played, where, and what did you shoot?
2018 Electricity Classic. Well, played again open. MA3, my first tournament, round 2, like 7 freaking 40 something rated. It was like plus 12 from the whites. It was really bad.
Those putter shots are hard. Don't be too hard on yourself. You still can't throw putters.
I was probably just doing a DX destroyer everywhere.
I'm sure I've technically shot worse rounds, but I'm going to go with Mighty Gaw this year, the first round there. I shot like plus 18 on the easier layout. Like, I've technically shot worse rounds, but for where I feel like I'm at right now, it was like the biggest downward deviation.
Yeah, that's a good qualifier, because your worst round is probably something that happened years ago, but playing a bad round now probably has more impact, because then you could be like, well, I'm just learning. Now it's like, I should know better, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my worst round by the numbers is my first PDGA round at Heiser Creek. It was like 780. But like really any of the rounds that I played last year at the AFDL out in Rochester just all felt absolutely terrible.
Well, didn't you have a broken hand too?
Yeah, but like that was the thing. It was like, why am I doing this? But like, I want to be doing this because I want to play Worlds next weekend. It was like mentally terrible too, because I was like, there's a lot of reasons to do this and there's a lot of reasons not to do this, and there's no right or wrong, and so it was like, but at the same time, it just felt really bad.
Jason, you got anything?
I just sorted by rating. My worst rated round was in August of 2014. So 6 months after I started playing, I shot at 880 at Play It Again Open.
Oh, my first round, 880. It was my worst round.
Looking at it not too far down, my other round that event was 899. So probably the only time I've ever averaged below 900.
And Randy, earlier you started to talk about your worst round, right?
Yeah, it was also Electricity. It was 2019, so I had been playing for like a year. I was definitely still in my like ultimate frisbee mindset, where it's like you can play through the pain and stuff. And I decided to just show up with a fever and a double ear infection and like just take some ibuprofen. That's like not good for golf. Like, so like I just marched through the first round, and then I took more medicine at lunch and got through the second round, like pretty much even with like 5 holes to go or 6 holes to go. And then I still finished like 6 over, like the medicine wore off by the end of my second round. So yeah, I learned never to do that again. Like, don't play through it, because it's golf. It's not, I don't know. It's like, it's all in your head. So if you're not feeling good, it's kind of over.
I can't think. I mean, there's been so many for me that I'm trying to think of what you're talking about. Like, sometimes you suck just because you suck, but like, I can't think of anything where, because I haven't played a lot of rounds recently. So I'm just going to stick with Alex's round at Mighty Golf. Is the winner. I already know what everybody's going to say. Does the PDGA rating system matter to you? I think everybody's going to say yes, right?
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that doesn't make you a try hard. It's all right to care about stuff.
Yeah. No, it's not even just like that. Like, yes, the ratings matter, but it's also, useful as a system, to be able to compare rounds between different courses. I think that's important, even if we, ignore the individual person rating rounds parts.
Even if you don't even worry about anybody else's, if you're just looking at your own, like, yeah, I can use it to compare myself to Alex, but I really want to use it to compare it to myself and how I'm improving. So we'll go yes on that. Do you practice field work and putting?
Nope.
Not really.
Just putting. Jaimen probably does both.
That was hole 7. So I figured we might go more in depth on that, but I saw it on the thing here, so I wanted to avoid it. Jason, what are your thoughts? Field work, putting?
I definitely do a little bit, probably not as much as I should, but I try to do like some kind of practice every once in a while.
So if you were filling this out, what would you put?
Probably, yeah, for both.
What are your thoughts, Jaimen? Do you practice field work and putting? Yes to both? No?
In my brain, I practice them all the time. Realistically, like, I put them on my schedule and don't get to them, but I do think that they're important parts of playing disc golf for me.
As I'm thinking about it more, I think I practice like the 20 minutes before a tournament. It's like when I get all my practice in.
Yeah, it used to be warming up. Now it's like, oh shit, what do these things do?
Yeah.
Does everybody have some kind of game that they play at home, even if it's for like 5 minutes where you're putting?
Can't do it.
No?
I do it for 5 minutes and I get so fucking bored. Like, I want to practice putt. I'll go play around at J Park and I'll just run everything and have to make the comebackers.
I really like just like practicing at my basket, sometimes. It's like a mentality thing. If there's a lot of other stuff going on, like sometimes I'll force myself to do it for like 10, 15 minutes. But like if I don't really have anything going on, I can just kind of like sit there and fart around at the practice basket for an hour.
Yeah.
But I always have something going on.
Okay. I'm going to go just putting on that one.
A while back, there was this thing that was making the rounds, Perfect Putt 360. I think Paul Macbeth posted a video of it and everything. Basically, you do 10 putts at 10 feet, 10 putts at 15, keep stepping out until you get to 30, and then you do it again. And you get like bonuses for getting the first one and the last one. It adds up to 360. So every once in a while, I'll keep score on something like that. But more often than not, I'll, just 10 at 10, 10 at 15, 10 at 20, all the way out to 30, and then back in. And that'll be, putting practice for the day.
So what makes a good doubles partner?
A nice mustache.
I'd say it's someone that's just like, I hate saying the phrase has a good mental because I feel like it's super overused even when it's totally applicable. And the same thing with like good vibes, but someone that has both of those things and bonus points if their game kind of complements yours. Like if you're not the best putter, they're really strong at putting, or they have more distance, I guess in general.
I think I want someone who's like supportive but also assertive. Like you don't need fake cheerleader kind of person to like tell you you're doing great or like what you're going to do is going to work. Like you also need someone who is just like, I'm going to putt first for this reason, and like they act on it.
You don't want someone that's too nurturing?
No, I don't like being like coddled during rounds. Like, I don't know. I've played with Tyler Calzada for so long, and like halfway through a round, he'll be like, I'm going to putt first from now on, or whatever we're doing, we'll switch it up. And I've done the same thing to him, like 2 holes in, like he hasn't hit a gap, and I'm like, I'm going first off the tee for the rest of the round so that you can chill. And I don't know, you need someone that's assertive as well. It can't just be for fun the whole time. I guess I'm reading into this as like a competitive doubles partner.
Well, I think it's for whatever you want a doubles partner to be. I think it's person specific. Like we were talking about earlier, like a Justin Michelli probably wants somebody like a Jaimen. Let me go crazy and he can be the sane one. Mm-hmm. Whereas me, I want the opposite. I'm going to try to keep it in the fairway and you go crazy.
Honestly, I just want somebody who can make a 30-foot putt. My biggest experience with doubles is, weekly Stonykill. And it's really easy to get into scoring positions on pretty much all of Stonykill. The difference comes from who can putt. At least that's what it feels like a lot of the time. A lot of people can get themselves to 30 feet on pretty much any hole on Stonykill. Or maybe not any hole on Stonykill, but a good chunk of the holes at Stonykill. So if you give me somebody who can make a 30-footer, especially after I've stepped up and missed my 30-footer, then I think we're going to do well. So honestly, yeah, just anything that can save me one stroke just off a putt like that, then I am more than happy.
So I got good attitude, can make a 30-footer.
Sounds about right.
All right. Should dogs be allowed at local doubles leagues?
Depends on the dog.
It totally depends on the dog. I've had my bag peed on at like J Park Dubs. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it was course dependent. You could have left that part out of it, Randy.
Let's say it's an ideal dog because this doesn't have a lot of room for flexibility.
Nuance.
Oh, yeah. If Kenji wants to bring Louis, anytime, any place.
Anybody say no matter what dog?
Yeah.
All right, we'll say yes. What about kids, Randy? Should kids be allowed at dubs or at team challenge matches?
I think there should be a line somewhere because I also don't want to bring my kids to certain levels of competition.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know where to draw that line exactly. Like I do bring my kids to doubles, but I wouldn't bring them to team challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the line for me. But yeah, kids can be really annoying. And like some people also are very caring and will go out of their way to like make sure your kids are having a good time or help take care of them. Thank you, Mark Ryan.
Did I mention I'm proud of him?
He's great. He's just so great. But yeah, like I don't want to put that pressure on people's natural reaction to like having kids around either. And like they're losing focus on their round. So like pretty much only bring our kids to Colonial Dubs because we just kind of know the crowd there and nobody like seems to hate it. But that's a small crowd and we pretty much know everybody. I don't know if I would drag them along to like CPS Dubs where I really don't know everybody. So I don't know is the answer.
It depends on the kids, just like the dog. Like I picture like weekly dubs.
How many kids have peed on your bag, Corey? That's what I want.
None yet that I know of. But like if we're thinking about like weekly dubs, for the most part, like, people are doing that after like working and just want to have a somewhat relaxing time. So like if your kids are screamers and you're just spending like 2.5 hours with this guy that brought his kids and he's like fighting with his kids the whole time, I'd get pretty annoyed, although I'd be able to deal with it. But I would say for most time, definitely. Maybe not at Team Challenge. If for another reason, like based on the weather sometimes and stuff. Like, I don't need to hear a kid say that he's cold 30 times as I'm thinking the same thing.
What do you think, Jason?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of depends on the situation. At the Greenville Dubs, we had 6 kids there that were under 12, I'd say. And it worked out great. But like, I would never bring our kids to CPS doubles or certain other situations.
So I'm going to say yes at most dubs, no at Team Challenge.
Sounds about right.
All right. A few more left. What's good about disc golf in the area?
Variety.
Yeah, gotta be variety.
Exactly.
Lots of different levels, lots of different styles, lots of different options.
Yeah, we have an option every night of the week except Saturday and maybe Sunday during the day. But yeah, there's something to do organized every day in our area.
What could our area disc golf improve on? My go-to is always communication.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a corporate answer.
Exactly.
I want to say volunteer hours. I think there's too many like whales, for lack of a better word, that are doing the bulk.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. People like Jaimen who are spending, basically another full-time job on coursework. And like, yes, that's awesome, but we should have more people out there helping so he doesn't have to.
That'd be cool.
It's a better answer than what I thought of.
What did you think of?
Something that doesn't really apply to most people. I'm not even saying it applies to me, and I think this is something that Alex has probably already thought of at least, but championship level courses or, something. I mean, Minekill is up there, but, I feel like a lot of more developed disc golf areas have like, the championship level course that could actually bring top tier players. And I say that because, like I said, the volunteer hours was a way better answer. That was just the first one that came to my mind. I think that our area for disc golf, not that I've been in every area of disc golf, is like pretty solid already.
It's tough because like you've got courses that are very close to championship level. And when I mean that, I mean like the big major tournaments. But it's tough because you're going to alienate a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're catering to a very select crowd. That would be my only criticism of that. But it's still a good one.
The area doesn't have like championship level players. Like your Charlotte areas, your whatnots.
If you get some more difficult courses out there, it gives people a little bit more of an opportunity to practice these things. But yeah, that's definitely something we've noticed with OK is, not everybody is going to play a championship level course. So hopefully we're looking to get some of the shorter tees in a little bit sooner, and hopefully we can build a bit more of a community around that.
All right. So what's the best season to golf in? I think we're all going to agree on this one, but
Fall.
Yeah. I put down spring myself, but fall is...
Oh, you like playing in the rain and the wet?
What?
I like it because, like I've just been spending all this time playing Team Challenge in the cold and the snow and everything. And it's like, oh, this is the beginning of disc golf season. So it feels like a really big jump up in quality from constantly freezing and being snowed on into, somewhat good weather.
You want to hang out with the bugs?
Yeah. Last year with the mild winter we had, it was fall, went all the way until March. And then we had like 2 months of spring before we just got like melted.
Yeah.
And like April showers was insanely buggy this year. Like we hit like peak bugginess for April showers. And in the past, I've played it when it like snowed a little bit. And I will take snowed a little bit over flies eating my face like any day.
That's fair too.
So fall consensus?
Yep.
Alex, the outlier. Yeah. How many discs do you typically throw in a round?
These are not good options.
No, 1 or 2.
I definitely did 6+.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I played all week with a satchel bag of like, I think 8 or 9. So that's like a cool number. But yeah, the 1 through 6 isn't really catching a lot of people.
So we'll go 6+, but it's probably barely over 6+, is what we're saying.
I'd put it at like 8 for local rounds and, maybe up to like 12 if I don't really know what I'm doing.
Okay. What is the biggest disc golf faux pas?
Damn, what did I put for this one?
And my answer is a little bit silly. But,
did you put dischargers?
No, but that is a good
low
option.
hanging.
That's really. I put more of a serious one. It's kind of rare, but people being like too drunk or high at real events.
Party pooper. You have a couple kids and it sucks the party right out of you.
Hey, I have like natural dad instincts, so I like worry. I don't like it.
No, that's a good answer.
Mine is very much a personal gripe, and I don't think anyone should change what they're doing based on my opinion here. But I don't like it when people take a long time, especially if they then screw up the shot.
Oh, yeah, like you could hit that tree after 5 seconds instead of 45 seconds. No, I get you.
You know, obviously there's situations where you're going to want to take, 45 seconds on a shot. And I'm not saying you can never go over your 30 seconds or you should only be taking 10 seconds per throw or something like that. But when you're taking 30 seconds or more on every shot, especially if it's like a course that you've played and then I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with you. But hey, everybody should play how they enjoy playing, and don't let my, personal preference adjust what you're doing.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest faux pas, and I haven't seen anybody do it in a long time, but I feel like it happens a lot at double these leagues and stuff, is pointing out a tree before everybody is thrown.
Sure.
Like I can't stand that when like the first guy steps up and like throws, he goes, "Oh, I missed that tree." It's like, shut up. It's driven me crazy since like my AM2 days, and people used to do it. But like, don't point at obstacles and don't point the obstacle out until everybody is thrown. It's rude to introduce something that somebody else wasn't even thinking about into their thought process. Like if it's out of bounds, let them know about it. Don't be rude. But if it's a tree that everybody can see, shut up.
All right. Best food to have during a tournament break. We going Uncrustables?
I mean, that's the podcast answer, but I feel like we might be able to come up with something better.
I said trail mix. It doesn't get shit on your fingers. It's hearty. You can get some calories in you.
Yeah. Some kind of sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we're talking mid-round, Sour Patch watermelon or any type of Sour Patch product.
Well, this is during a tournament break.
Like lunch?
Yeah.
It's left up to interpretation.
Or a big backup or something like that. Rain delay.
So we'll go sandwich / Uncrustable.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite disc golf shoe: Merrill, Nike, Puma, Adidas, or Salomon, or other?
Adidas.
I'm with Adidas right now. Quick thing, they've got Adidas Terex's. There's an outlet store in Lake George, and they're $50 right now.
Again?
Wow,
Again.
that's really good.
Yeah,
How'd
I
you
know.
get
I got
there?
a pair. How did I get there? I looked up Adidas outlet store, Lake George.
It's funny because I literally, on my Facebook, I had like a story memory of like, I posted something about some $50 Adidas shoes I bought last year.
They come in like one color, so we might end up with the same shoes for a little while, but
I'm fine with that.
That's cute.
yeah,
We should start matching.
it'll be perfect. I got to buy a pair of pink shorts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did you buy 2 pairs of shoes?
I just bought one, but I'm probably going to go buy another one.
Well, because you get 30% off your total order if you get 2 or more shoes.
Oh,
So like I was
Right.
about to order, I've been trying to get a pair of non-Gore-Tex Terexes to wear when I know
These
it's not
are.
going to be wet. Yeah, so like the non-Gore-Tex Terexes, $50, and the Gore-Tex ones come out to $33 after taking the ones that I picked after the savings, and then the additional almost $50 off for buying 2 pairs of shoes.
oh,
Basically buy one, get one free.
yeah. The outlet store is like 20 minutes from my house. I'm just going to go back out there. Disc golf shoes are a constant problem for me, so finding something that I can get that's cheap and a good shoe is like a freaking miracle.
Anybody got anything other than Adidas? Because that right now is our leader.
I wore Solomon for 2 years.
Yeah, I've got Salomons right now, which I've been liking a lot. Basically, my knee issues from volleyball are catching up to me, so I'm taking whatever I can find with the biggest pad in the heel.
Jason, you're the tiebreaker.
I wear Columbia.
I actually wear Columbia right now too, so that doesn't help. But it was purely like a sale. Like I can't pass up $40 waterproof like hiking shoes.
Well, we're going to go Adidas, just because I had already selected it.
That is the crowd favorite.
Best drink to make you play better. Is that Miller Lite?
Drinking
Yeah.
one right now.
What brand of bag do you carry and why?
Upper Park.
Squatch.
Grip.
Grip.
I don't think I've actually told anybody this. A while back, I became a brand ambassador for Upper Park. So if you're looking to buy an Upper Park bag, I've got a code for you.
I don't want to criticize you, but we should have known this earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things where self-advertising felt a little bit weird to do on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean on here. I just meant like if you were a
Gotcha.
brand ambassador, we probably should have learned somehow.
Yeah, it never really came up, and I don't like talking about stuff like that. But
Fine by me.
yeah, within reason.
Yeah, within reason. I got a dynamic disc bag that I love. It's got a cooler right in the middle. It's a backpack thing. Carries probably twice as many discs as I need. But so it sounded like there were 2 Grip and 2 Upper Park.
And then Squatch for Jaimen.
I'm going to go Upper Park because that's who you said you...
Yeah, if you end up buying one, I have a code that gets you like 15% off, and it also gets me a commission. So
yeah,
it works out nicely for people.
Those guys don't get anything for having grip bags.
I was at a wedding last year and I like drunkenly convinced a very casual player to buy a grip bag. Like he told me the next morning, like I caught him in the hotel lobby and he was like, I ordered that grip bag last night. I was like,
Randy is the Riz master.
Yeah.
Like the full-sized grip bag?
One of the medium-ish ones, but he was upgrading from like a satchel bag. Like he didn't know what he was doing. And I was like, you got to get grip. It's the best ever.
Yeah, grip seems like super high quality too, which, can't deny. There's a lot that are out there that are like, if you went with that, I would totally understand. Like, even if I have my own preference.
What's the course that you've played that's farthest from your house? So we'll take whoever has the farthest. I played in Memphis.
That's not me.
I got Austin, Texas. I played Roy G. Guerrera.
All right. So that's our leader in the clubhouse. Anybody got that beat?
I've got Golden State Park.
Ooh.
Right.
Nice.
I'll have to do the math, but I think that's further than Texas.
Yes, it's Golden Gate Park. My bad. Not Golden State.
You're thinking of the Warriors. That's all good. It's all in the same area. Anybody past Golden State Park? And they got me from Golden State Park.
I went to Vermont.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait, I'm guessing that's in California?
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
No, I've only played Florida.
It's still third of what we've mentioned. I think Austin might have that beat, but so Golden Gate Park we'll go with. What is the best course in the area? Let me just go around the room. So I'll start with Corey. What do you got?
I voted Wilcox because how could you not?
Jason.
Yeah, definitely Wilcox.
Randy.
I voted Wilcox.
Alex.
I did vote Mindkill, but that's more of a personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to point out that it's actually Wilzock.
Oh, yeah. I just noticed that as you said that, yeah. So that's the reverse layout over at Wilcox.
Yeah. That's like the hatchet and beach holes and stuff.
Yeah. What do you got, Jaimen?
I got to go with Wilcox, I guess.
All right, Wilzox it is. And your favorite water hole?
Chatham Brewing?
Definitely not that one.
Nice.
I looked around and I couldn't even think of other, even noteworthy.
Kermit the Frog?
I voted Holton Burbine.
I voted Holton of Irvine as well.
Yeah, that's a good one. I did go with 17 at Stonykill for Kermit, but...
What about the beach holes at Wilcox?
I haven't played them.
I don't love them. I don't know. They don't inspire a lot. I guess some of them have some risk to them, but I like Holton of Irvine specifically because it's like a lot of power control on like a straight line, whereas I feel like some of the bigger shots at Wilcox are just like, if you have a spike hyzer, you just like spike it in. But, you got water up front on 10 at Burbine, and then you have like the gentle slope back away if you overshoot. So you really have to like meet it in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I like the CDO hole 1 at Wilcox, that par 4.
Oh, yeah.
Because good risk reward. If you want to be safe, you kind of just go right, but then you have to have a much more scary upshot. So it's kind of like some decision making there. But Irvine's hard to beat. It's got a canoe sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
All right. So my responses have been recorded. All right. I do have a quiz if anybody's interested. It's not particularly difficult, but I've never been right with that before.
We're going to be up all night.
Yeah, all right.
I'm good with a quiz.
Yeah, I'm good to quiz.
I'm fine with the quiz.
All right. What are we going to do with teams?
What if you do the people that played Warwick versus the people that didn't?
I was just going to say that.
So that would be...
Is that just me?
No, I didn't play either.
Randy.
Oh, okay.
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Randy.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was just like
one.
a fucking Randy.
Co-Randy and Jaimen Potts. All right. Co-Randy. Category 1 or Category 2? Disc or no disc?
Let's go 1.
You guys good?
Do it. Yep.
Oh, yeah. So
We're making this slow tonight. Let's go.
What singer rose to the top of the charts with Kiss from a Rose in 1995? What singer rose to the top of the charts with Kiss from a Rose in 1995?
Do you know
This
this
is
one, Corey?
category 1 or 2.
This is
Just
one.
1.
Okay.
No, do you, Randy?
It's Seal.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the seal a disc?
I want to say yes because there's no way there hasn't been a seal question before. I feel like that was a thing.
I like where you're going with this. I want to say it's a disc.
But wait, are we assuming it's SEAL? I mean SEEL?
It could be any form of whatever.
It's either like a tight seal or
Yeah, I say yes.
or a loose seal. No, or an animal. I feel like it's a good animal name disc.
Yep.
Go with it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh, no.
What? And,
Is there an SEEL of anything?
It's a Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Was that where we're hung up? Oh no.
Wait, what?
Seel is a Pokemon. I don't know if it's anything else, but it's definitely.
Wait, so
a Pokemon.
SEAL is like a
the
type
animal and the
bond.
type seal, yeah.
Oh
I
no!
believe so. Yeah.
Wait, so then you could say tight. That's a tight seal, and you could literally be ambiguous.
Exactly. All right, Jaimen Potts. What do you got? 1 or 2?
Want to go with 2?
Yeah.
Works for me.
All right. Question 1, category 2. The name of what TV show has had series subtitled Lower Decks and Prodigy? The name of what TV show has had series subtitled Lower Decks and Prodigy?
Uh-oh.
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks makes me feel like it's a boat show.
Yeah.
Like the crab, like the deadliest catch or whatever.
I was wondering that. 2-word answers feel rare when we're talking about disc names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lower Deck. Prodigy.
First thing that came to mind for Lower Decks was there's like an animated Star Trek show. I think it's called like Enterprise Lower Decks or something like that.
I like that.
But I don't know if
Star
Enterprise
Trek Prodigy kind of sounds like I don't know. Prodigy just goes good with anything.
Yeah,
Except
I can't remember
Frisbees.
what the actual name is.
Except for...
I kind of like it. If you feel like there's a Lower Decks, then like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got.
My other answer is SpongeBob, and I think that's wrong. I'm out of TV shows, I'll be honest.
Yeah. You got anything, Jason?
No, I mean, I don't like it, but it's better than SpongeBob.
So are we saying Star Trek or are we saying Enterprise?
Well, Star Trek Enterprise would be a whole nother thing, right? Like that would be like Star Trek Lower Deck, Star Trek Prodigy, Star Trek Enterprise.
I don't know.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I say we go with it.
Which one are you going with?
Oh God.
I'm not sure if you mean Enterprise or Star Trek.
My thought was the animated show I'm thinking of was Enterprise Lower Decks, but I'm not sure.
You have some sort of a thought. I think Jason and I are just scared.
Yeah, I don't have any thought.
So Enterprise.
What do you got, Randy?
Dang it.
Didn't realize I was muted. What do you got, Randy?
I don't know. I liked Star Trek. Do you think it's Star Wars?
Just to clarify, they went with Enterprise.
Oh, that is what they went with? Let's say Star Trek. I don't want to overthink
Yeah, I say
this.
Star Trek.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is the Star Trek.
Always go with the other team's answer.
I mean, that's the only thing I would have guessed after they said it, of course. Is the Star Trek a disc? Oh, man.
This is a steal. We can
Yeah.
send it. Do you
Yeah.
think it's weird enough?
I think disc golf is littered with nerds. There's got to be, like, there has to be a disc called The Fish, too. TM.
There's at least 2 nerds on the podcast right now.
Yeah, you and Alex.
Which ones
Yeah.
are they?
No. Yeah, it's a disc.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Let me clarify. There are 6 nerds.
Yeah.
XUFO Ace Mold Company Limited, July 25th, 2024.
All right, so they're terrible at naming
Let's go.
everything. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not like copyrighted in a way that they can't profit off it.
They spell it wrong or something?
Maybe it's Star Trek.
STAR space TREK.
Huh.
All right, 3-0 Co-Randy, and that was a steal. It is your pick.
All right, so we go back to 1.
Yeah, sure.
Question 2, category 1. Teeth of what South American fish are so sharp some Indians use them as scissors and razor blade? Teeth of what South American fish are so sharp some Indians use them as scissors and razor blade?
Got to be piranha, right?
Gotta be piranha. And if it's not, I'm not saying it to give it to the other team.
Piranha.
Piranha, yep.
Is the piranha a disc?
Yep, because it'd just be chewing through them weeds as you're shanking your shots.
I agree.
October 28th, 1993. That is Innova Champion Disc.
Oh.
Read that back. All right, Jaimen Potts.
Oof, rough
What do we
start.
got?
Well, if 2 is Star Trek, then I feel like we've got a pretty good chance at some of the other ones.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you were right.
Yeah.
I talked myself out of it, but the other one's like aquatic animals.
So far, yeah. I'm fine with whichever one.
Yeah, I'm fine with either. I would be leaning towards 2.
Let's go 2.
All right.
Question 2, category 2. Guinness says that by number of users, what language, devised by James Doohan, is the most spoken fictional language? Guinness says that by number of users, what language, devised by James Doohan, is the most spoken fictional language?
Klingon or whatever.
That's
It's
what
gotta
I was
be
going to
Klingon.
say. It's got to be that.
Because it's not going to be the Elvish languages, because that would have been Tolkien.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be Klingon.
Is the Klingon a disc?
I mean, it shouldn't be.
If the Star Trek is a disc, I feel like that is a very easy second disc to make for this company, who has a name that's so bad I already forgot it.
Yeah, but I don't want
XUFO?
it to be.
Ace Mold Company Limited.
Thank you. I was going to say there's more to it than that.
Yeah, maybe they're doing it in conjunction with like the people who own Star Trek.
If they named one of their discs Star Trek, the other one has to be Klingon, right?
It feels reasonable. I don't like it, but given the things that we know currently, it feels like it's a pretty good possibility.
Oh, it's a terrible idea, but yeah.
It's a ridiculous
I think we should
name.
say yes before they get sued into oblivion.
Yeah, right? Yes for now.
You guys going yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
I'm so sorry.
No, I followed your logic the whole way.
Randy, what do you got? 5-1, you're up. 1 or 2?
Stick with one.
I'm not that big of a nerd, yeah. So, yeah, one.
All right. Question 3, Category 1. What bowl game has been held in Jacksonville, Florida since January 1st, 1946? What bowl game has been held in Jacksonville, Florida since January 1st, 1946?
Is it the Orange Bowl? I don't know where that is. I just think Florida.
I don't like how orange sits with seal and piranha.
Oh, okay.
I'm also not a college sports person.
What other bowls are there that might be a aquatic thing or just an animal in general?
I don't know. I have no idea. Gator.
That's better. That has teeth.
I don't know if teeth matter. Ask it again, Pat, please.
What bowl game has been held in Jacksonville, Florida since January 1st, 1946?
Jacksonville. They do have gators down there.
I'm cool with it. It's on brand.
Yeah.
But wait, like Gator is a disc. There's no way we haven't done Gator. Is there? Gator,
That is kind of a softball for that question.
The problem is we don't know any other bowls, right? There's Rose Bowl. I don't know where that is.
Is there a Flamingo Bowl? Those aren't really. I mean, those things stand in water, but they're not exactly.
I think that's close enough to water.
The Flamingo Bowl does not sound like a good bowl name, though, either.
No, I think Gator is our best bet.
Yeah, let's go Gator.
Is the Gator a disc?
Oh my god.
Let's go.
I haven't used it in 5+ years.
That's amazing.
It definitely is a disc.
It is a disc.
Innova Champion Disc, January 21st, 2000. Jaimen Potts, 1 or 2?
I'm out of it. I don't know.
I'm fine with either one. I think we should take away Category 1 from them as much as we can.
Yeah, we might get
Works
more
for me.
steals with 2, but
All right. Sounds good. Let's go to 1.
All right. Question 4, Category 1. What was thrown on the ice in Detroit in 1952 to represent the number of victories needed to win the Stanley Cup? What was thrown on the ice in Detroit in 1952 to represent the number of victories needed to win the Stanley Cup?
Wait, which category is this?
1.
Okay, shit.
say that question one more time, Pat, please.
What was thrown on the ice in Detroit in 1952 to represent the number of victories needed to win the Stanley Cup?
Some kind of like aquatic thing that is also a number.
I have something in my head about an octopus being thrown on the ice, and I'm thinking it has to be, well, maybe it's not. In general, hockey playoffs are best of 7, which is 4 wins.
Yeah, so you need 4 wins, so they just needed to win 2 more series.
Yeah, 2 more rounds of 4 wins is 8, octopus 8.
I like that.
But, I mean, it's 1952. The rules easily could have changed since before then.
Yeah, but they would also be very willing to just kill a random animal for the symbolism in 1952.
Back when men were men.
There's like no other animals that like represent a number like an octopus.
I almost
does.
sang All in the Family there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think octopus is a pretty good guess, unless anyone else is confident about anything else.
That does sound vaguely familiar. I think I like that.
I've got another guess, but I don't think it's as good as octopus, so I don't want to say
Don't
it.
want to give it away.
Oof.
Yeah, so let's go octopus.
Is the octopus a disc?
Maybe there is like a deep sea discs or something like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of an octopus, but it does seem like a very like low hanging fruit for a name.
Yeah,
You know,
I haven't
feel
heard
like-
of a lot of discs.
Yeah. I just feel like an octopus is like a very common animal to not have a disc named after it yet. There aren't a whole lot of common animals that don't.
I think it feels good.
So going with yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah,
I think
I'm sorry, no.
Oh my god, man.
I'm struggling.
that's all right.
All right.
They'll fuck up.
Cool, Randy, what do you got? 1 or 2?
I mean, I still say 1.
Yeah, we took a one.
All right. Question 5, Category 1. In 2021, scientists identified a new species of what based on a 16-foot female that had been washed up ashore? In 2021, scientists identified a new species of what based on a 16-foot female that had been washed ashore?
Squid. What else would like wash up ashore?
Yeah, squid also jumped out to me, so
I couldn't think it'd just be another fish, like random ass fish, who gives a shit about a fish washing up on shore.
yeah, unless we knew it, I don't know how we would know the type of fish, so I'm into squid.
Is the 16-foot part relevant at all? Like, should we be thinking of something that's typically smaller than 16 feet? Although 16 feet seems kind of big, but I know squids can get a
No,
squid.
I mean, I don't know. We're like limited to like sharks, whales, squid.
I say
some
squid.
big fish.
Jellyfish? No. 16. That's a big ass jellyfish.
I mean, there are jellyfish that are way longer, like
Yeah.
the lion's mane one, but
Let's say
whatever.
squid.
We're not here for that. Yeah, let's say squid.
What do you got, Jaimen Potts?
Well, we said a lot of words.
We did. I tried to check them up.
Right.
All right, can I hear the question one more time? Just to...
In 2021, scientists identified a new species of what based on a 16-foot female that had been washed ashore?
All right, 2021, new species, 16 feet. Yeah, it could be any number of big fish, sharks or whales or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say whale, shark.
I did really like jellyfish.
Not
but-
surprised. It's a good answer.
Yeah, squid was definitely my number one answer, but
Squid. What about giant squid?
I feel like it would have been more. That would have been a be more specific moment.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Whale
Yeah.
isn't an answer I've heard in a long time. 16 feet sounds kind of decent for whale size. Small whale, I guess. Dolphin sounds good. I like both of those. Shark. Jellyfish still.
I don't think we're finding new whales.
We could be finding new jellyfish.
Yeah,
Is there a male and female jellyfish?
I think so.
I think so. I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, I've never looked under the hood.
Yeah, my thought is jellyfish, but I am open to being convinced if anyone's feeling otherwise.
I mean, I like whale, but it just seems like too basic.
I mean, we also had gator, so
Whale is a disc,
yeah.
so shark.
I think we had shark recently.
I kind of like jellyfish for this one. But I've also been wrong every single time, so maybe that's.
If you guys are feeling jellyfish, I can go for that.
Let's go jellyfish.
Jellyfish?
Hmm.
We were looking for the whale. Dang it! Innova Champion Discs, December 7th, 2014.
I'm really disappointed in marine biologists here. Like, whales are huge. They should have found that one a long
Yeah.
time ago. 2021. And it just, washed up on the beach. That's their fault.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the good news is that was a steal, right? So
Finish out category 1.
you want the last one in one?
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
All right, question 6, category 1. What deep sea fish takes its name from the fact that it dangles an enticing appendage over its mouth to attract prey?
The
What deep sea
anglerfish.
fish takes its
Yeah.
name from the fact that it dangles an enticing appendage over its mouth to attract prey?
Sorry, Pat. This is my first time.
I was
No,
gonna
that's
say
cool.
that.
Yeah, I'm with you on anglerfish though.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Is the angler a disc?
The anglerfish is. I think this one's a yes. I think there's an anglerfish disc. I think it's
I think so too.
wild discs.
Like the play on the word angle, too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys good?
Yeah.
I like it.
Wild Discs, December 13th, 2021.
Good call.
I got 7-4.
Yep.
All right.
We're winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are up, and it's your question. Question 3, category 2. What word can mean to distort or the threads running lengthwise on a loom? What word can mean to distort or the threads running lengthwise on a loom?
Ooh, a loon sounds like a musical instrument, right? Or is that wrong?
No, it's like what you make a blanket on, or like you make fabric on.
That might be a Jason question. Probably has one in his barn from Greg Kurtz. To distort or the threads running vertically on a loom. Shoot. What are words for distort? You ain't got nothing, Randy?
I'm trying to keep it in the realm of Star Trek, and that's not helping me. I don't know. So I'm thinking about looms, which is weird. But you send the thread across with a shuttle, and that's not helping me because shuttle is not the right word.
Well, you are from Massachusetts. Isn't that where that whole industry began?
Oh yeah, that's where all the money in Boston came from. Textiles, which is also not the answer.
I don't know. Screw.
What word can mean to distort or the threads running lengthwise on a loom?
Oh, wait, lengthwise. I said vertically. I guess that doesn't matter.
Oh, I was thinking horizontally the whole time. I think that's what he meant. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, sounds more like it. I got nothing.
No, this is really bad.
My vote is nothing. That's my answer.
Just don't give him anything.
Or the word nothing. I'm fine with both.
Distorters.
Yeah, distorters, Pat.
What do you got?
I was thinking, it could be warp?
Warp was on my mind too. Yeah,
Oh, I like it.
it only really works for the first bit because I don't know anything about looms, but
I don't
warp
either.
was definitely in my head.
Just saying because it kind of ties into Star Trek, right?
It was Star Trek and distort. That was my whole thought process.
Yeah. No, I don't think any of us know anything about looms. So I think any answer we pull out of thin air could make sense with a loom. So I think we go with that. I like warp.
Is the warp a disc?
Fuck! I was trying to think of it. All I could think of was light speed. I couldn't think of warp speed.
Yep.
Damn it.
Is the Warp a disc? It's not an MVP disc.
Sounds like a good disc name, and I've been wrong every single time with disc names, so I kind of want to say no. But we've also had 2 no's already, so.
Yeah, we got to get one eventually, right?
But like, if we zig when he zags, is that?
Yeah. Well, are you saying we should stick with no then and just keep up with it?
I'm saying I should probably just shut my mouth and let you guys figure it out.
Well, our answers have not been better than even tonight anyway, so.
Warp.
I'm gonna go with no because you don't want your discs to warp.
What do you think, Jaimen?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
See, I was kind of leaning towards but
Okay, I'm gonna say yes.
All right, let's go yes then.
Jason, you agree with them?
yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Told you.
All right, but that was a steal. You're down 7-5, and it is your question.
All right, here we go. Tie it up.
Question 4, category 2. Honoring the city's iron-making heritage, a statue of what fiery Roman god overlooks Birmingham, Alabama? Honoring the city's iron-making heritage, a statue of what fiery Roman god overlooks Birmingham, Alabama?
All right, Roman gods. Is that like Mars? Or the planets are what? Roman or Greek?
Yeah, the planets are
Those
Roman.
are Roman, yeah.
So Mars is war? Or
Yeah.
Mars is war, but it's not iron. So the issue is I keep coming up with the Greek name. So Hephaestus would be the Greek name. Could be Vulcan. It's got to be Vulcan. It's obviously got to be Vulcan.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's a disc, and it's Star Trek.
Yeah.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the Vulcan a disc?
Isn't that an Innova disc?
Yes.
Alex, you agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
Innova Champion Discs, December 9th, 2010. And we are tied.
Trying to remember the name of the god, and I'm forgetting that we're in a Star Trek category.
We're starting to throw Randy.
Final round. For Co-Randy, question 5, category 2. In 2015, Ed Skrein replaced Jason Statham as the man on the move in what refueled franchise? In 2015, Ed Skrein replaced Jason Statham as the man on the move in what refueled franchise?
Damn it, what is that movie called, Randy?
I don't know.
Transporter?
No, he was the original transporter. Wait, so
Yeah.
the question again?
In 2015, Ed Skrein replaced Jason Statham as the man on the move in what refueled franchise?
Yeah, I did a bad job listening. It's the transporter.
Yep.
Is the transporter a disc?
I got a movie question right.
Nice.
Wait, you got a Jason Statham movie question. How much credit you get for that?
Oh, it's either that or Death Race.
I thought he was in Fast and the Furious.
I was thinking about Fast and Furious, but yeah, flipped it. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I say yes.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
Eurodisc, December 11th, 2012.
But we ain't gonna lose, Randy.
we did it.
All right, final question, category 2 for Jaimen Potts. What term that rhymes with the name of a U.S. state is a term for the center or core of something? What term that rhymes with the name of a U.S. state is a term for the center or core of something?
Is it Centroid? I don't know. Does that rhyme with a U.S. state?
Can I hear the question one more time? Sorry.
What term that rhymes with the name of a U.S. state is a term for the center or core of something? Should be what word that rhymes with the name of a U.S. state is a term for the center or core of something.
I don't think any states rhyme with centroid. None rhyme with nucleus, right?
No. I'm like going through all the states.
Yeah, like it's probably like a simple one like Maine or
Texas? Not Ictus. This is shit.
so it's the center of something.
Origin?
Core or center?
Center or core of something.
Oh, like
Origin.
Oregon.
Oregon. They don't rhyme.
I mean, they're real close.
They're real close, yeah.
It's a core something. Pat, could you say the question one more time?
What word that rhymes with the name of a U.S. state is a term for the center or core of something?
I keep thinking of core, and like it's not core. A core is not a term for the core of something.
And it doesn't rhyme with the state. There's so many states. Why do we have so many states?
There's too many states.
Yeah, nothing rhymes in Massachusetts, right?
Oh, Nexus. Rhymes with Texas.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And isn't that the Star Trek theme, right?
It definitely fits a Star Trek theme. Yeah,
Is the Nexus a disc?
it's
Plastic.
The plastic.
That doesn't necessarily preclude it from being a disc, but I don't think it is a disc.
I'm going to stay out of this one for real this time.
Yeah, I was leaning towards no, but I've been wrong pretty. I don't know. I haven't had a good record.
I'm happy saying no, and you can blame it on me if we lose it.
All right, let's go no.
Going no?
Yep.
Congratulations, Co-Randy. New Sim House custom discs, October 31st, 2022.
Yes.
I'm dabbing right now.
Dabbing.
Man.
You're dabbing. I just threw 2 hands up in the air.
I gotta say, that's the closest game that I remember with that many incorrect guesses on the disc part.
I had a feeling because the questions were, I was like, I think the difference is going to be whether or not they know it's a disc or not. And that really ended up being the case.
Yeah.
There was only 1 or 2 tricky questions. And honestly, one of the ones you got wrong, you had right. You just said Enterprise instead of Star Trek. Because Star Trek Enterprise was the name of a show.
Star Trek Enterprise was the name of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm looking it up now. It was, Star Trek Below Deck and Star Trek Prodigy and all that. Those are animated series. They were the animated series I was thinking of.
Yeah. But everything else, somebody got right.
That happens.
Yeah. It made it for fun. Well, thank you, Corey, Jason, Randy, Alex, and Jaimen. And so we up, Hudson.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Pat.
guys.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.